What is happening, guys? I'm N64 Josh, and this is 5 tips for beginners with Smash Bros. Ultimate. I've had a number of people ask me just for some advice for beginners because they may be getting into Smash for the first time, or they haven't played since Melee or 64, and so this is for you guys. If you're an advanced Smash player, this probably isn't for you, but who knows? You might be able to glean something from it. And this is basically taken from what I have been learning over the last 8 months. I have just been immersing myself in Smash Bros. We've been doing the podcast, the Smash Bros. Cast. You can find right here on YouTube or on iTunes or Google Play. Just look for the Smash Bros. Cast. And I've been learning a ton, and I've had a lot of great teachers and other, just advanced players, even some pros, let me know, like, hey, here's some things you have to do. So these are some of the things that I've taken away that I feel are for beginners. So we're going to jump into this. The first thing is choosing your main. All right, you're going to pick a main that fits your play style. How are you going to find that out? Well, you're going to have to play with many characters. That's what you're going to have to do. That's where it starts. Play with a number of characters, see what fits your style. Are you looking for like an all-around character like Mario? Well, that's a little more of a brawler. That's going to be Mario. You want somebody with a little more range? Maybe you want to check out some of the characters that have swords. That's going to be on you. So just spend some time maybe hitting the random button or just picking some of your favorites and see what suits you. That's step one, right? Now, here's some things. My recommendation is don't let the tier list dictate your choice for a main. You need to play who you want. Low tier characters can be deadly in the right hands. Okay? So, don't just look at a tier list that comes out and say, that's who I'm going to be because they're the number one. Play to have fun, right? Learn a character that may surprise people when you can pull off some of the combos or some of the moves you do. That's the beauty of Smash. That's one of the things that kind of separates Smash from other fighting games, from other games in general. It's just you could take a low tier character and make them really good. Okay, it's just going to take some time. It's going to take a lot of practice. All right. Choosing a character based on a move that seems OP is also not a good idea. It's because it has the potential to get nerfed. And I've seen a handful of people say, oh, I'm picking this character because this move looks like it's going to be super good. Well, it's just my opinion, but that's not how I would go about choosing a main based on one move being OP. Like, you're going to want to find somebody that you can gel with no matter what. Having a main and a few pocket characters will help the game stay fresh while keeping you prepared for different matchups. The way Smash works is the more you know, the more you understand a character, the more you understand the characters you're fighting against, the better you will do. You will be able to read your opponent better when you understand the different characters. So don't focus on having just a single main. Have a handful of characters that you can really do well with. This one's the bummer, but it's also a good thing. Updates may nerf your main, so be prepared to change that if it happens. And we just don't know. You don't know. You may start off just absolutely loving the villager, and the villager gets nerfed completely into the ground, and then you end up wanting to change because what you were good with, or combos you used to do, or approaches you used to have may get changed up, and now you're kind of left starting over. So that's another reason to have a handful of characters at your disposal. Spend time in training. Learn the ins and outs of your character in the training room. Attack at different percentages to see what combos work at 0 to 20, 20 to 60, and 60 to 100. You got to see how much knockback, what happens when you do a down throw. You got to learn the ins and outs here. Okay, focus on movement and getting comfortable with your attacks. Practice your nairs, your neutral airs, your bears, your back airs. Work on consistency to be able to throw those things easily whenever you need to. Make the training room your first stop each time you fire up the game and set a practice regimen practicing advanced techniques and combos. You want to have that muscle memory down so that you can just throw these moves when you need to. Number 3, save your replays. Replays allow you to analyze your gameplay and see what works and what does not. Analyze your opponent, taking note of what they punished you for and what worked well against them. You want to be able to keep mental notes of these things. You know, I'm playing against a Toon Link that's throwing a ton of spam, just projectile after projectile. What did I do that allowed me to get past those and get a combo started, or to get a grab, or to reset neutral so that I could reevaluate the situation? Watch your replays for that kind of thing. Pay attention to your habits. What do you do too often? What makes you predictable? Why are you doing it? Is it a lack of weapons in your arsenal? Grow that arsenal by mixing up your approaches. Pay attention to how you approach each encounter. Did you bait them into shielding? Did they bait you? Watch your wins and your losses so you can always be learning, focusing on improving. Never stop doing this. And this is very, very important. You win or lose, still save that replay. What did you do right and what did you do wrong? You're going to figure that out by watching these replays. Number 4, play with people better than you and seek advice. Learning is more important than winning and will eventually lead to more winning. Be teachable and willing to take advice when offered, even when it's hard to hear. The more you learn, the more you will improve. Do not allow pride to hinder your learning. And humble pie is the breakfast of champions. It's okay if the advice is above your skill level. Systematically break it down until you're able to pull it off. If it's combos, break them down and work on each move until you can string them together. Have multiple sparring partners to avoid becoming too familiar with each other. You don't want this to be something that's just like, hey, I practice with the same person over and over again. It may get you good against one character, maybe 2 characters, but you want to keep it fresh, mix it up a little bit. Have multiple sparring partners that you can play with on the regular. Number 5, practice often and with intent. Set achievable goals for yourself, i.e. learn these moves this week or break this habit this week, etc. Strategize your attacks. Practice looking predictable to bait your opponent and then punish them as they attempt to read your next move. Practice your main and practice with other characters to learn their movesets and what to look for in battle. Catalog your movement, combos, and attacks to muscle memory, and you can shift your focus to reading your opponent during the match. The more you can read your opponent, the greater chance of you winning the match will be, right? If you are being read like a book, and I know because I often am, it will lead to an L, right? So focus on being able to not only pull off your combos, but also not be predictable and begin reading what your opponent is doing. This will come in time. All right. So these 5 tips, they only scratch the surface when it comes to the depth of Smash Bros, but it should help you get started. If you want to stay up to date with my progress, it's a weekly thing. Check out the Smash Bros cast, like I said, on iTunes, Google Play, and right here on YouTube. If you got any questions, let me know down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and you can plan on seeing a lot more Smash content from me, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. We'll see you in the next video. Bye now.